Yeah. Bro code.
Bro code, we in new modes, and we do it better sticking together. Won't bend, won't fold. No, I got your back through whatever weather, rain, sleet, or snow. Making profit while we get to the cheddar. They know we own. Take off, we gone. Diamonds two-tone. This is our throne. We in that zone. Bro code. Don't break bro code. Bro code. We in that mode. We in that mode, everything I'm doing with you, so we build a bigger picture. You is my bro, everything I'm building with you, so the family is richer. They better ask us about it, they know that we bought it, so they better not press with no issue. Oh, no, mess with one of us, that's two of us, that's coming at your door. If the two of us ain't feeling you, the three of us on go. If you come to play with three of us, we bout to let it blow. And we handing out that smoke, cause it's bro code. We in new modes, and we do it better sticking together. Won't bend, won't fold. No, I got your back through whatever weather, rain, sleet, or snow. Making profit while we get to the cheddar. They know we own. Take off, we gone. Diamonds two-tone. This is our throne. We in that zone.
Fellas. Facebook, IG, YouTube, Bro Code family. Thanks for joining us again for another episode of Bro Code. Yeah, we in the house again over here in Wade Works Studios, man. The second season home of Bro Code. We just finna chop it up for this next hour, you know, with another hot topic.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's what we do. We do what?
We keep hot topics. We keep them on deck.
We keep them coming, man.
Yep.
We keep them coming, man, you know. So,
what you got for us today? What is it?
you know, we all be dating, right?
Right.
Yep.
Well, not me.
Well, you know, except for you, Rico.
But,
we know,
but you been there, done that. So
we sorry, Miss Stacey. We sorry. But you know, we'll say us. Well, I'm out of there too, cause hey, here they go. They're trying to get me again.
You out of the game.
But anyway, so the topic of the day is: at what point in dating should you take the red flags serious?
I'm going to say day one.
Day one?
Day one. Why not?
But you don't even know that much about them on day one to even be able to say, okay, that's a red flag, right?
Yep.
So for me, I would say when your feelings start to turn, right? Because when you meet them, it's cool, it's new, they straight. You know, we don't really have
It might not
feelings
even
about
go
it.
nowhere. It might not even be long term.
True. But that's why I say when the feelings start to turn.
Yeah.
So when you chopping it up with them, y'all hanging out, because you know, and I'm talking about, you know, when you're older, when you spending time together, because you know we got a little bit more time.
Spending money.
right?
Yeah.
So that's a big thing. Like,
Right.
do I want to keep spending my money on her? Yeah. So when your feelings start to transition from, okay, she cool, to I like her.
Yeah.
You know, at that point, I think you should start to replay all your, you know, dates, interactions, outings, and start thinking about the red flags that you may have saw that you say, all right, it's early in this phase, so I'm gonna let it ride. What you think?
You know, I'll be honest with you. Like in dating, meeting somebody, it could be casual.
True.
Anytime that you're spending time and you're investing time with somebody, it's serious. Right? It's you know, it may not be serious to the point where because it's time, right? You know, and we already understood that or came to the conclusion that time is the most valuable thing. You know, you can't get that back, right? So if you're entertaining any conversation, any just interaction, or anything with a female or opposite sex, I mean, it's an investment, right? It's your time invested in that person. So if you see a red flag, to me, my opinion, day one, day 31, month one, year one, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Red flag is a red flag.
It's a red flag.
Red flag is a red flag.
Right. It's the challenge flag. Okay.
So let me,
Like NFL.
so let me ask you this. Even though you said day one is a red flag, but what makes you overlook it for a little bit?
Ooh.
That's a good
Because
question.
the thing about it is, it's a lot of red flags that we see,
Right.
but something, it may be nervousness. Okay, she might have just been nervous that day, so you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like, for a prime example, if I'm on a date and we talking and you talking my ear off, I'm like, come on now, I gotta listen to this like every day. You talk this much,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now I'm thinking like, okay, but every time we go on a date, are you gonna talk this much?
Right.
Is that a bad thing though? Is
But
talking too much? How is it?
I wouldn't say it's a bad thing, but I'm just saying if you can't get no word in,
Right.
I mean, that could be better than her sitting there not saying nothing.
well,
True.
That's why I said some things, you know, maybe she just had a lot to talk about. Maybe she ain't been on a date in a while.
Right.
And she got a lot to get out of her chest. You know what I'm saying? The next date might be different.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm cool. I'm going to sit here and listen to you.
Yeah.
Everything you got to say. Now, date 3, 4, 5, and I still ain't got no word in, now we got a problem.
So I kind of experienced that, like back in my dating times.
Right.
You know, like on a date with a young lady, awesome, cool. We went out and it was just like nonstop, like yeah. And the only thing I get in was like, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, for me, I'm an introverted person, so I don't talk a lot anyway.
Right,
You know, I
right.
can listen. It's cool.
Yeah.
But it's like, if I'm on a date, I don't want you to think like, oh, he don't talk at all.
Right.
Give me a chance.
Yo, that's a good point. Oh, I'll be honest with you, man. So like a female that talks a lot, right? A female, it could be considered a red flag. But like Rico said, is that really a red flag? You know what I mean? So like, and if you're an introvert and you got somebody that you're with that talks a lot, that could be a compliment. You know what I'm saying? Like to somebody who doesn't talk that much, you got somebody who talks a lot. Where it could become a red flag is when that woman is talking, and then you finally say, and she's still talking to the point where, damn, did you just hear what I said? All right,
Like she completely
Now that's a
omit
problem.
that.
That's a problem. That's my point. That's what I'm saying.
I think do y'all think that so before we get too deep in it, you think like red flags, I believe, can change as we get older,
I think so.
right? Because I'm gonna tell you a quick story. So I had a red flag. This my rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? My pops, right? 2020 passed away. That was my best friend, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, he, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably about, man, I can't be no more than, I'm like fresh out or something like
Right.
that. So 24 or something like that, whatever, right? So he said, hey, you know what I'm saying? My homegirl, she got a niece or something like that. I think she's nice looking. You know what I'm saying? I think you should talk to her. So I said, okay, cool.
Hook up game.
Hook up game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My father put me on.
Dad trying to put you on. Dad trying to put you on.
Shout out to Pop. Appreciate
Shout out
it.
to Pop. Yeah, okay. Rest in peace,
So
Pop.
the first thing I said, all right, man, let me get her information or whatever. And I find out that she, you know what I'm saying, stays off of I know it as Stewart Avenue, right?
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying? It's Metro for all the, you know what I'm saying, Metropolitan now. You know what I'm
Real
saying?
ATL.
That's Stewart for me, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day, Stewart, right.
Little hood, right? So I'm cool. I go over there or whatever, right? So I knock on the door, and you know what I'm saying, this younger girl comes to the door, and she has a baby or whatever, right? So I say, let me speak to so-and-so, right?
Yeah.
And she said, okay. So she gets her, and I come in, and we sit on the sofa, start conversating and everything or whatever. And then probably about 15, 20 minutes later, the younger girl comes back in and hands her the baby, right?
Ooh.
And the baby is like 3 months old. New. Fresh.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Baby powder.
Baby,
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pampers.
And I'm like, okay, is that your little sister? Is that your little sister? She's like, no, that's my baby.
Okay.
Big flag on the play. I mean, that's
'Cause you
flag.
young, like,
yeah,
you-
yeah.
that
I'm
ain't-
23. I'm 24
Yeah.
years old, and then this baby is fresh. Like,
Right.
so in my mind, the first thing I'm thinking is like,
Baby daddy.
where you at? You know what I'm saying? I'm over here in the hood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
He
like,
might
you know,
roll up.
he
With
roll
the
up.
daddy, yeah,
And
right.
back then, I ain't got nothing. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, hey,
naked out
yeah,
there.
naked. Right. So I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? So that was a big red flag to where I didn't even. It was no more after that.
Right.
Yeah.
That was it, right? And I got confronted with like, hey, you know what happened? I said, oh, nah, I'm good.
So
Appreciate
them more
it.
setups from Pop.
Nah, I ain't take that one.
No, Pop, I'm good.
So fast forward now, like that was young Rico. So now older Rico, you like that's not a red flag for you, right?
Nah, I mean, 3 months maybe, you know what I'm saying? That, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, it's a little early. And
Right,
you know what I'm
right,
saying? You're trying to keep this clean, but that's like, you can't even, you ain't even doing nothing yet.
Right,
You
right,
still-
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
But I'm like, but like, has a kid that's a year, 2 years.
Right.
For me being my age now,
Yeah.
that's not a red flag.
Right.
That's still, that's go turn.
So
Yeah.
that'll lead us into your top 3 red flags when it comes to dating. Go. Ooh, man.
I mean, I've always told like my wife that she look at these things now.
Right.
One of my key things is that it's not initially.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you start
we're doing dating, Rico, like even pre-Stacey, because we keeping them straight.
Yeah,
Stacey.
just dating, whatever. Right.
Right.
After so many dates, right? I still the person that I'm dating. If I'm seriously dating you,
right,
then it's a lot more stuff than sex, stuff like that.
Right.
A big thing for me is I like to eat. Right. So I prefer to have a woman that can cook.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So for me, red flag if you can't, or you just, like I have a friend that his girlfriend at one time, she said, I'm gonna cook you some dinner, and she did macaroni and cheese, forgot to boil the noodles. Yeah. Right? What? Big flag, right?
Big flag. Got too much going on.
I mean, a simple red flag. I'm a guy that likes to travel. You know what I'm saying? I don't want somebody that's scared to go somewhere.
Right. Okay.
That's a red flag. I mean, you gotta be. I don't call it adventurous, but you gotta break out of your shell some.
Right.
Let me think of another one.
I would definitely co-sign that travel part. For me, because I like to travel too, and I travel a lot. So somebody who don't want to go nowhere, that's like, we're not gonna mesh.
Yeah.
And for me, a big one for me, as I started dating, and I'm being really, really serious, I was always looking for a woman that wanted to have kids, right? And so a red flag for me would have been, she was like, I don't want no kids, right? And I know,
it's not gonna work.
It ain't gonna work for me,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Because that was one of my things. You know what I'm saying? Even as a younger man, I wasn't ready at 24 or 25 or whatever, but I knew it one day. You know what I'm saying? I wanted a little Rico running around.
Right.
So,
exactly.
So I don't think you can. You know what I'm saying? Like if that is one of your things, you can't. It's hard to get with somebody and try to change them or whatever. Because even if y'all do have a kid, then they may resent you later because you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You put them in that situation when they didn't want to be there.
Yeah. Right. I think it's the same thing when people with religion sometimes. If you run religion, sometimes it's hard to merge it with another religion. Right. You know what I mean?
So equally yoked. So that
could,
they say.
Right. So that could be a red flag for a lot of people. Right?
A lot of people.
You know what I mean?
I think for me, complacency. Just a woman that's just complacent, like no drive, no motivation to go. I mean, you guys see the world that we're living in. Like you got to have drive, you got to have motivation to. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit here and stand still. No, you got to go get it.
Because there's plenty of opportunity.
It's a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of opportunity for everybody.
Yes.
For everybody. You know what I'm saying? So complacency is a big red flag for me. I think another one for me. I would say a cigarette smoker.
Yeah, that's a good.
What? Yeah, I'm gonna say a cigarette smoker. Hey, I'll be honest with you. Like, I've never, anytime, I'll be like, man, she's bad.
She get 2 flags.
Chain smoker.
Whoa.
She get 2 flags for that one.
So right after dinner, baby, I'll be right back.
Let me co-sign on that with a story. So I'm at this club. Went to this club, hanging out with this club. I see this bad chick. I tell you, like Beyonce bad chick. Okay, we chopping it up. And I'm like, okay, I asked her for a number. She ain't gonna call me. I'm gonna call you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm feeling good, got the number. Bro, I get halfway to the door, something say, turn around.
She smoked.
I turn around, she took that cigarette and lit it. I threw the number right in the trash.
Yeah, man, I don't know what it is. I'm glad you meant that is.
Bro, that's
nasty, man.
Yeah,
like,
it seems kind of petty saying it.
Right.
But, I mean.
Have you ever kissed a woman
that's
that's
kisser?
Like, I'm a tongue kisser, so cigarette smoker.
He lick him down. He lick him down.
You got some nicotine in your mind. What is that?
Yeah.
That's all right,
it's cool.
It's so funny,
It's cool.
right?
You cool with it too, right?
Yeah. You can lick him down.
I say that, dude. I'll admit that too. Like, I hate to see women smoking, but I especially hate to see black women smoking. Like, that drive me crazy. I'd be like, why? Why are you doing that?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, too, you talking about smoking though, like it's a cultural thing too. So like we was in Europe one time, me and my friend, like we was the only ones over there, out of men and women, we was the only ones that wasn't smoking. We stand at the bus stop or whatever, because buses because we were in Switzerland, right? And buses, that's where everybody travels. They just going clockwork, right? So we stand at the bus stop. Every bus stop we stand at, everybody smoking. And so we the only ones not smoking. So men, women, everything, and that's just what they do. So
but crazy.
Yeah. But if you a smoker, then I guess it don't really matter. But for me, not being a smoker, like that's a huge
But isn't that a little hypocritical though? Because as men, we smoke cigars.
Now I'm cool with a female smoking a cigar.
Hookah?
I can do that.
What about
Oh, and hookah too.
Or weed.
And hookah too.
Yeah.
Or
weed
or Mary
but
Jane, you know?
it's different. Like you said, weed.
Plants.
I mean,
Plants.
right? But tobacco is a plant. But you got to think about, like you said, that smoke smell different. Smoke smell different. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they going with like a menthol or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they chain smoking. That stuff. It's in your clothes.
Finger
I don't
tips.
even go in establishments that's smoking. Like I don't even like going in establishments
Like trying to shoot cigars.
Yeah.
Cigar smoke is different because like you really don't even like inhale. You just puff and put and blow it out.
Yeah.
So you
And
really,
it's a different smell.
But and then too, y'all talking about kind of two different things. Like people that smoke cigarettes, they smoke cigarettes at work. In between, you know what I'm saying? They go out for a smoke break. You don't smoke no cigar at work.
Cigar is an
that's true.
experience.
Yeah.
You
Right?
going out
You're going
for
to
an
a cigar
experiment.
lounge or something like that.
Yeah.
You got your nice drink.
Yep.
True.
And you know what I'm saying?
Nice cognac.
Yeah. When last time you see somebody at work smoking a cigar? You don't see that, right?
No.
You know what I'm saying? But the cigarette and that cigarette smoke is different.
So you said smoking, complacency. What's the other one?
Yeah.
So another one we kind of touched on it already, but my third one, and then it's a big one for me, is because I'm a talker and I like to talk and I like to have deep conversations. And women that I've attracted are, but one thing I can't stand is a woman that can't listen. You know, so that's a big red flag for me.
Yeah.
Is a woman that cannot listen. You know, because you can talk, but when it's time to listen to what I'm saying, and us men, we don't talk that much.
No.
We don't open up that much.
No.
So if a woman doesn't recognize that, okay, he's talking,
Right.
and they don't have the wherewithal,
Right.
to say, you know what, hold on, let me listen.
I agree with
That's
that.
a red flag for me.
I agree with that.
That's a red flag.
What about you, O? I've been waiting for your top three.
You only get 3, man.
Three. Look, we might
talked
let
about
him
this
get
before
4 or
the
5.
Well, my first one, man, a nagger.
Okay. I don't think no man like to be nagged. I could
Like
play with that.
and not just any nagger, like the type of nagger that makes you just even want to do you even like men. Like y'all don't do this. Every time you turn around, this. I'm like,
Oh, that's a
okay,
bash. That's a basher.
That's
That's a
basher, nagger, whatever you want to call this, all in the same boat.
right.
And I'm just looking like, okay, so like I'm saying, and I think one of the worst questions to ask is, so you know, so what are you looking for? Well, I the way some of y'all act, I don't even like what I'm asking. I'm like this. What are you talking about? This I'm asking what you looking for, not the world.
She generalizing.
So you
Yeah,
can't
she
even tell me
generalizing.
what you looking for because you don't have some of that bad experience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then as soon as we was like, you know what, some of y'all chicks, well, hold up, don't put me in the same boat with the rest of them. But you just said all y'all dudes like the same.
Yeah.
So that nagging and bashing, but that's a red flag. Hey, I might be wanting to be like, go to the bathroom and don't come back or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Leave her with the check tight.
Leave it with the check tight. You know what I'm saying? Be like, hey, it's like, what happened? Like, listen, man, somebody was trying to break in my car or something. I had to get up. I had to go. Like, you so kind of get out. I think my second one, man, to me, like, your attitude is important.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your attitude is very important. Not just with your conversation, but your attitude, like I said, the way you approach life. You don't make any excuses. Like, your attitude plays a big part in that.
Negative
Because
Nancy's. We don't like negative Nancy's.
that comes, like, that lets me know right then if you're the type of chick that I can sit down and really have a deep conversation with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If your mindset and your attitude is right, you know what I'm saying, then that's good. But if I'm trying to talk to you and your attitude is all jacked up, like, I'm gonna be that dude that's gonna be like, you cool. I'm gonna just sit there and listen to you. And I'm like, you know, I'll be glad when this over. You know what I'm saying? I'm still looking at my watch like this right here and be like, yeah, I heard that. You know what I'm saying? The whole time I'm like, I'm saying, what time the game come on? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Okay, no.
right.
And then now I'm trying to think, I'm sitting there thinking like, you know what, what's the best kind of excuse to use to get up out of here?
Right.
That's what I'm thinking. It's like, why you good? You quiet? Yeah, you know, just, you know, have been a long day.
Right.
You know, please somebody call.
Right. Hey, listen, or hey,
Right.
I have done that. My phone was like, man, again?
Right.
I'm saying, like, you know, hey, listen, I gotta take this. I get out of here. Can we reschedule?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
Wrap this up, waiter.
right, because that attitude, man, and it makes you like, you know what? I can't see myself dealing with that long term.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
Yeah.
And then my third one, you gotta be a go-getter, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like growing up, seeing my mom not make no excuses
Right.
when it comes to taking care of things, like everything. Like, the one I think one of the things that turn me on the most is a hustler. I'm saying, if you out there, you ain't making no excuses. I'm saying, if you know the rent due and you know it's got to be, you working 2 or 3 jobs. I'm saying, you trying to get it because it's not the fact that you too independent to ask for help, but at the same time, you ain't dependent on that.
Right.
So if help come along, you're gonna accept it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're gonna get out there and you're gonna work. Yep. But I'm saying, you ain't that type of chick that, you know what? Well, the rent due. Okay, all right, mine do too. I'm saying, like, I've been trying to figure out all week how I'm gonna pay it. Okay, you know what I'm saying? It's jobs out there that if you get jobs, you can pay it. You know, not that little guilt trip, and then as soon as you don't pay, you're like, you know what? I thought you were here for me, but I told you I needed something. You ain't really act. No, you didn't tell me. You just say your rent was paid. Need to be paid.
You was generally speaking.
Right. You say you generally speaking. So I'm thinking about all the other women in Atlanta who need to be paid.
Who needs something.
Right. So, like I said, that part, I'm looking at you like,
No, that's in the dating phase, right?
Right.
So what is there a point in the dating phase or the relationship phase where you say a woman, you know, I'm trying to figure out how to pay my rent, and you say, you know what, baby, I got you. Is there what stage in the dating process?
Okay, so it's guys like you, AC, okay, that make it hard for guys like me. Okay, one thing I'm not gonna do is say, baby, I got you. Okay,
Man, it ain't tricking if you got it.
No, listen. Now, what I can say is, this is the right. What I can say is, I can help you figure out a way that we can come up with that.
Right, we can brainstorm.
But I'm definitely ain't finna say, baby, I got you.
Guys like me.
You just asked the question. Baby, I got you.
Man, so
baby, I got you.
hold on. You know how I'm always gonna come at you. You say I'm your little brother, man. I'm gonna come at you. So you telling me, I'm just, you know what I'm saying, I'm not on nobody's side, but you telling me if you dating a chick and she hurting a little bit, you know what I'm saying, and she throw it out, she don't want to ask you directly, you ain't gonna be like, I got you.
So hold on.
Wait.
How far in the dating we like 6 months, 12 months?
Okay. So this is
guys like me,
bro code family. This is always from me is that once you believe that you are serious with her, right?
Okay.
Once you really feeling this girl, she throws the bone out there. So you know what I'm saying. So hey, you know what I'm saying. I'm hurting a little bit. Yeah. And she's never done it before. Right.
Okay.
And you feel that's genuine, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
What's long with that?
Okay, listen. So nothing. So let me tell you a story. Okay. I was dating this chick. I ain't calling no name. If she see this show, she know who she is. So I ain't got to call no name. Okay. We dating.
Don't make the comments.
We got each other back and everything, right?
Yeah.
So you come to me one night, you crying. Why you crying? I got to pay my rent.
Yeah.
Okay. You got to pay your rent. So here I am, that dude, like, you know what? All right, boo. How much you rent?
How long you been on her?
Right. That was my question.
Yeah, how long you been on her?
Wait, not even that. We said he's feeling her. So regardless.
Okay. So I'm like, how much you rent? She said, 16,000.
Oh, whoa.
Hold on. Listen. Hold on, listen. So my mind said, listen, bro, because I'm not gonna put myself in no situation that I know I can't. I'm not gonna be that dude, baby. You know I got that.
That's a non-conversation.
No, listen. So what? Listen. This is my next question. My next question was,
baby.
Okay. So how much is your how much is your rent is a month? Okay, because this was like for her business. Okay. So it don't necessarily have to be a house. Okay, so it's about a business. So my question was, okay, how much is your rent per month? She said 4,000. So my mind said like
she 4 months behind.
Listen. So my mind said like, okay, hey, boo, where was I when you was a month behind?
Hey, I retract my statement. I retract my statement.
Brother could have helped you with 4,000 versus 16,000.
Hold on. Okay. Now you talking about some numbers that I wasn't thinking about.
Yeah, me, I wasn't thinking about those either.
Hey, listen, y'all, you just said rent. You yourself what type of rent. Okay, so you got to be specific.
No, sir.
That's what I said. That's why I said be careful what you try to put on your plate.
Right,
that's what I was trying to tell you.
Yeah, so with that aspect, I have to help her go to the I don't know. She got
storage facility. Baby, we finna go to move this stuff out tomorrow. Put this in the storage, and we gonna start again next year.
She needs some kind of business. I don't know. I don't know what she needs. She needs something. It ain't gonna be. I can't help.
I was like, what was I? What was I when you was 1 month behind?
Yeah.
Why you come to the brother then? Hey, I could have made a few phone calls. Hey, brother got 2,000 bars, like about 1,000 for here, 1,000 there. They help you out, but 16,000. I'm looking at you like,
you gotta help her. You
I don't know what to tell you on
She
that
still
one.
gonna owe 3 more months. That was a month. Like, no,
you help her look for a new cheaper spot.
Right. Cut your losses.
You gotta tell her to just give that one up.
That's a different scenario, man.
That question wasn't for that.
That was
that wasn't for that.
Listen, life experiences you just never know.
That's definitely a red
You just
flag.
never know. Just like it's funny to me how you have all these chicks that's driving, that's behind on their car note. Okay,
And
like,
insurance.
and insurance, or don't even pay the insurance, don't even have an insurance.
No.
Okay, but as soon as something happened to the car, now they mad, and you like, you know what, trying to be that dude, you know, baby, step in and help you out. Like how much your car note? Okay, it's $1,000. $1,000 a month for this? Oh no, I'm 3 months behind. Okay, what was our month ago when you were first behind? You know what I'm saying?
She was still 2 months behind.
So don't.
See, that's actually that's back in the day. That's back in the day red flag. That's back in the day red flag. I think we beyond that point.
No, bro.
Where
it's today red flag. Depending on where you at and who you meet.
Right.
Man, you got to change. Man, I ain't gonna say change your caliber, but
I'm beyond
So
that.
listening to you talking about that leads me into
Right, you
my
gotta step your
top
game
three.
up a little bit.
Because my number one is finance.
Okay. Okay.
My number one is finance. Hey, we all was goofy back in the day with our
Right.
money. As we get older, you supposed to learn
Right.
You live and you
and
learn.
make better decisions.
Budgeting.
Budgeting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not spending what you make. You know what I'm saying?
That's
and
right.
we all, even now, you know, we probably not as perfect as we should be, but you know, we waver a
The
little
struggle's
bit.
still real. The
Right,
struggle's
we,
still real.
But we still make better decisions.
Right. Yep.
So that's like my top. Like if you make a 6-figure income and you can't do nothing but 1 or maybe 2 weeks in a 4-week month,
Yeah.
that's a problem.
That's probably
What
That's
was
a
that?
big problem.
vacation.
If you make a 6-figure
Uh-huh.
income and you can only like do stuff, activities, go out to eat, go have drinks, go do bowling, top golf, blah blah blah. You know, 2 weeks and a 4-week month, that's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, but like you said, a lot of people when they go out, like when you say go out and have drinks, they can blow a lot of money,
Right.
just by going to the club. You know what I'm saying? You run up a $300, $400 tab.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you do that every single week or bi-weekly or whatever. I mean, that's $800, $1,000 or whatever in a month that you just throwing away. That's nothing.
But that's called living above your means, man. Like really, I'm saying why you know, to this day, man. Like I don't even drink a lot like that. But you know, if I'm gonna go to the club and listen, okay, y'all can ridicule me on this all you want to.
That
bruh.
includes lounges, just lounges.
Bruh, I had never been that dude that just walk up to the chick like, let me buy you what you're drinking. I don't do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Because 9 times out of 10, half of them sitting in the bar anyway trying to see who's gonna buy them a drink. Okay, now
They got
if you
a
got your
couple
own
waters,
drink,
what they got.
Yeah.
so I just never been that dude that just walk in the club and be like, you know what? Whatever she's drinking, I'm saying, let me pay for that. No, I ain't never been that dude.
It's dudes out
Because
there
you
like
pay
that.
for a cup of water. That's what
Right,
you
that's what I'm
did.
saying. Like
Yeah.
I never been that
Yeah.
dude because at the same time, my thing is once again, like I said last time, you know, you don't want to start nothing that you know you can't keep up with.
I mean, one drink is nothing, man.
No,
Like you get a glass of wine or something like that, and you just sit there and have a conversation or something like that.
Right.
And you can tell. I mean, that's $12. $12.
But the motivation is having a conversation with the woman.
Yeah.
Right,
So what if you pay for the drink? What if you pay for the drink? You try to sit there and have a conversation with her.
you strike
like
out.
real
Right.
dry.
And you
Right.
strike out. You strike
Yeah,
$12.
$12.
Man, $12, man. You shouldn't. If you can't lose $12, you shouldn't even be in there.
No,
Conversation goes
and so
good.
that's why I don't buy no $12 drink.
Conversation goes good. Then
the
you
thing
probably
about-
3 or 4 drinks.
But you
So now you don't spend more money. Then you still strike out.
Well, that must mean so first of all, that must mean your mouthpiece is jacked, right? If you in there all night and you just keep striking out, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? Then you need to think of it. You need to not go into that club type situation, that bar
Right.
situation. You need to find your girl somewhere else at the mall. Ain't nobody at the mall no more, but find
playing
somebody
kickball or something. Get in an adult sports league or something.
But at some point, like if you go out to a place like that, you gonna spend some money.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, of course, you're gonna spend money, but what I'm saying is just you got people that basically just comes in and like I said, when I say live above your means, okay, you in here buying all these chicks, all these drinks, bro. I'm saying, thinking you gonna get somebody to go home with you, and your lights don't even work. I'm saying it's stuff like that. I'm saying,
and your mattress on the floor.
I'm saying, your mattress on the floor. You ride around. I'm saying, you got all these rims on your car. You balling. You know, all these chicks trying to holler at you, and you ain't got no furniture in your house. I mean, it's stuff like
that's
that.
old school. That's old.
No, that's not old school.
No.
That's some current situation.
Yeah, I mean, you
not our age,
but
though.
No. You go to a lot of people, right? You go to a lot of people and say, okay, let's say an average house is now $500,000, right? So you got a $500,000 crib, right? And then you go in and you like, man, you got IKEA furniture and stuff like that. I mean, well, you know what I'm saying? You might have a little piece here, a little piece there. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it okay? Yeah, it's okay, but you could be living above your means, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you I don't know, you go and it's they stand in line for the new. I like your J's too, by the way. You know what I'm saying? They stand in line for the new J's or whatever, right? But then they buy those, and then it's all of a sudden they scrambling trying to pay some bill or something like that.
Yeah. It's tight.
You know what I'm saying? It's tight, right? It's like, oh man, if I don't get this overtime at work, then I'm in trouble.
It's a problem. Yeah.
Right. So if you living like that, them J's ain't worth their shoes.
They not that important.
Okay, I go deeper than that. Even you know what I'm saying, not saying that chicks shouldn't get their nails and toes done all the time, but that's something that you got to do all the time. And then when I'm asking you to go on a date, I got to always pay for it. That's a problem.
Right.
So that we're gonna call that priorities, right? Red flag. They priorities ain't in line, Rico.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
that's
So we're gonna say priorities.
That's a good one.
So we'll put that in there too.
Yeah, that's like my wife. I'm always talking about you, baby. Anyway,
we got it straight.
I mean, we both of us work and we make plenty of money for her to get her nails done every week.
Right.
Yeah.
Multiple times she really wanted to, right?
Right.
She goes and she buys a machine, right, to do we call it cradle gel or whatever, so she can do her toes and her feet herself. You know what I'm saying? She does it sometimes just, you know what I'm saying, to save time and maybe save a little money. And save a little money. Do she go and get her nails and toes done and stuff like that? Yes, she does, right? But on occasion, she'll just say, hey, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to do it like this, right? We about to go out or we about to go on vacation. Let me just do them this way.
I like that. Yeah.
You know?
Quick fix.
Yeah, quick fix. But it's not like she can't afford it or we can't afford it.
Right.
It's just that, hey, it maybe it's not necessary all the time. Like for a long time, I used to cut my hair and do stuff like that. It was just because I didn't want to spend the money. I'm a little different now. I like to get my hair cut, but still. But if I need to save money, I could do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Be resourceful.
To cut, you can always figure out ways to cut costs. If you need to.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know.
Cool. What was your two?
So
or
my
three?
second one.
Yeah.
In my older years, I've become a little bit more communicative.
Right.
So, I like to,
Right.
I'm still working through it.
Yeah. That's a good one.
But, I like to talk a little bit more.
Yeah.
Especially if there's a problem.
Right.
So if the person that I'm interested in, and then we talking, and we can't like talk about stuff, like that's a problem. That's a red.
That's a red flag. Yeah. That's a red flag. Yeah.
That's a problem because, to me, if we're, heading down that path of being together long term, or even short term, because you never know how relationships go.
Right.
We need to be able to talk about anything that comes up.
So
anything.
So I'm gonna say something about like on the communication tip. Communication is gonna, no matter what relationship you in, you're probably gonna end up run into some communication type issues, right?
And this is true.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm married. I'm 11 years in, right? And we're doing some therapy sessions and stuff like that. I love my wife. I ain't going nowhere. But we trying to figure out, what I'm saying, we having communication issues, right? So we've been working on it and just trying to get on the same page, right? So that's gonna be that's a hard red flag to throw because you know what I'm saying, it's gonna always be some kind of way y'all might not line up. And you know what I'm saying, something may be this way, but you see it this way, things like that. Like prime example, I was at a friend's birthday party the other day, right? Hopefully he looking at this too, right? Him and his wife, we sitting right at the table, and they're going back. So actually, another couple was saying, they were talking about like spanking their kids, right? And both women at the table was highly against spanking their kids, right? But little boys early, you know what I'm saying? You want to tighten them little boys. Like I know you want to tighten them up early before they get bigger, especially get bigger than their mothers. Right. Yeah. So you may have like so that was the argument. She was like, no, I shouldn't have to, you know what I'm saying, with my kids. And then he was like, yeah, we need to, you know what I'm saying, need to do that, right? So that's something that they probably gonna always struggle with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's communication, right? They're communicating, but they just ain't on the same page.
Right.
So that'll lead me into like the third one, conflict resolution.
Yeah.
Because that's the issue, right? We're not agreeing, we're not seeing eye to eye on something.
Yeah.
So then how do we resolve that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What do we do to get past that and be on the same page?
And see where we're trending at, you know, society is trending with this. It's okay to agree to disagree. Nah, you need to nip things in the bud. And
that's like the passive aggressive.
That's the passive aggressive, right?
Right.
It's I'll agree to disagree.
Right.
You know, it is what it is.
Right.
Nah. You gotta resolute.
Right.
Because they're gonna bring it back up later.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, when you don't come to a resolution or something, man, that stuff be festering.
It does.
It does. It
Like
does.
it
does.
eats at you, and I know about it.
And see, my biggest thing when it comes to stuff like that, man, I tell women all the time, if you're going to come to me with a problem that you have about me, make sure you come with a resolution. Don't just come nitpicking at all the problems that you see, but then that's all you want to do is point out the problems. Because then if you ain't got no resolution on how I should change it, then what are we really talking about?
Well, the resolution got to be a two-way street.
It got to be two-way street.
Right, that's
Sometimes
what I'm
that
saying.
woman can come to you with a problem, and you can come up with the resolution.
Yeah,
right.
You know, and come up with the resolution.
Yeah,
right.
You know,
Let's
and
proceed
she
to
got to
that.
be willing to listen.
But
And vice versa.
That's the thing. But at the same time, listen, this is the problem. You can always come to me and say, you have this problem, I think you should do this. Okay, that's cool. But then when it's switched, and like, you know what, you really need to go, really? Well, you know how I was when you first met me, why you can't accept that now? See, that's what the problem comes in that.
Yeah, that's where you got to
Women
nip
be
that in
like
the bud.
that.
Yeah.
Like, not women
nip
be
that in the
like
bud.
that.
Yeah.
Like we really not bashing. Like this is the honest truth.
Right.
Women will get receptive.
And open, like, can you best be open? And then when you be
Right.
open and tell you what really, so that's how you feel?
Right.
No, I'm just telling you, you told me to be open. I'm telling you what I'm saying.
But it's
So
vice versa.
Don't
You know,
ask me
men
to be
get
something that
defensive
you really
too.
don't want.
You know?
Right.
It
It's crazy. But it has
So how do you resolve it? It's
yeah.
conflict resolution.
So let me
like-
ask you: Is this this is gonna be a rough one right here?
All right.
I hate to say it, but is this? Are you referring to black women, or are you referring to just women in general?
Well,
Oh,
that's a whole can.
You don't open up Pandora's
Don't
box.
open it.
Right.
Don't open it.
I'm gonna
try
say,
not to go here. I don't want to go here.
you know what?
I'm just asking. We don't have to talk
I'm gonna
about
be
it.
honest with you. I'm gonna say women in general.
Okay.
I'm gonna say women in general. Reason why I said women in general
Don't know about that.
all of them. No, listen. All of them do the same thing. They just do it differently in different ways. I'm saying,
I can
so
agree with that.
they do it, and I'm saying,
Yeah.
black women may do it with a little more oomph to it,
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
but they still do it the same way.
Right.
They just do it to a higher power.
You're right. Yeah,
You know
you're
what I'm saying?
right. You're right.
But all women do it.
You're right. You're right.
So I'm not gonna just attack our sisters and say, yeah, it's black women that did not. It's all of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So we done talked about the red flags. So now let's flip it.
All right.
What are some green flags?
Yeah.
So let's talk about the positive. When you're dating, like what are some things that when you're dating you be like, girl,
Right.
we on go.
Yep. Number one for me,
What is it?
energy.
Okay.
That energy.
Okay.
man.
I
It's
like
just somebody that's just positive, just upbeat. You know
When
what I
she
mean?
see you,
Yeah.
she excited.
She excited.
Yeah.
You hug you, it's firm hug. Like it's just
be
solid.
like, "Dang,
it's
girl."
that
Right,
energy, right? It's like that's number one for me. You know, and maybe we should just go around and then just keep going. But I
I like that one.
yeah, this is
Rico, so when you and Stacey was dating, what was that? What was that thing for you like? Because we know you was like, oh, that's my wife, right? That's
Yeah, I did. That's why I said it.
So what was that thing? You was like, oh, we don't go, baby.
Um,
Because you decided, but you didn't know how she was gonna feel.
Right.
Right.
But when you decided, and then what was that thing that when y'all finally got together, when she said, okay,
yeah.
what was that thing?
I think like with Stacy, it was more so like I would do this. People may say this weird, but like I would be at work, right? And then I would just hit her up out the blue. Like I wouldn't even tell her that I was on the way to the house. So this is, you know what I'm saying? This is 5 o'clock at work. I'm getting off or whatever. And I live in Decatur and she live in Gwinnett. And then I call her. I say, hey, I'm at K&G just grabbing some clothes because I ain't had no clothes, and I'm finna come to the house and spend the night. And she was so receptive, right? And she was like, and it was cute, I guess you would say, because she was panicking because she was like, oh, why you didn't tell me?
My house ain't clean.
No, I would have cooked more food and stuff like that. She, you know what I'm saying? And then to come to find out, you know, she was really, she had just moved back into her house. She was on a budget at the time, right? And so her concern was that, you know, she wouldn't have enough for me because I was just kind of like popping up on her, right? Yeah. So I felt that she was genuinely, you know, happy to see me and wanted to please me,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And was happy for me to be around.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you kudos for that, cause boy, these days you can't pop up on no woman.
Right. Well, I mean, I just told I just told I was on the way, like I was there, you know what I mean? And she didn't say no, don't come or anything like that. She said, come on, you know what I'm saying? But she wished I would have gave her a little bit bigger heads up.
But she still let you in. She opened the door.
Yeah,
that's good.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's a green flag.
That's a green flag. we heard your red, so give us a green.
I'm gonna go on with this one. Now, a green would be somebody that's a good planner.
Okay,
like you know where you want to go, and when you call me, the conversation ain't about do you want to do this. Like, listen, I found this. I think this would be nice for us to do. Let's check this out.
Okay.
Like to me, that's like okay.
Like that.
Because I'm like, okay, now it gets to that point where you ain't gotta always think about where I'm gonna take her.
Right.
Or what we're gonna do. Right. Like when you pick up the phone, be like, you know what? I have seen this concert. What you think about that? You think we should check? Oh, definitely. Let's do that because now you know I'm still thinking like I took her to dinner. So what can I do next? But you don't hit me up and you telling me that you know what? I thought if you're not working, maybe we can go check this lounge out or you know what I'm saying, this jazz club out or something like that. Oh, that's definitely a green for me, boy.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna say, speaking one of my love languages, right? Which is quality time.
Yeah.
Which is quality time, physical touch, and I'm gonna throw travel in there. I know it's not, but I like to travel. So if you know, with my girl, when we first met, you know, that was like her thing too. Cause I think one time we was talking and she was actually on a trip in Costa Rica, and I'm like, you know, who you with? She's like, oh, I'm solo. I'm just down here doing my thing. And I'm like,
that's impressive, isn't it?
It is, because
when a female can go travel by themselves, that's very impressive.
Like as much as I've traveled, I've never done it by myself.
Are you sure?
Okay.
What, by myself?
That she was by herself?
Well, no. Well, hold on, Rico, man.
Come on. It's okay.
I mean,
it's okay.
She said it. So at the time, she didn't have. Okay, so this was like pre-dating.
No.
I took her at her word. So no, I don't know for sure.
What do you believe?
I believe she was.
You believe
like, she sent me videos and pictures.
Yeah. How many times have you traveled to Costa Rica, Dominica by yourself? Like by your lonesome. I'm Zach.
No. I love my brothers.
This is true. This is true.
My brothers.
It could have all been smoke and mirrors.
So I have friends, right? You know what I'm saying? Some of them, they, you know what I'm saying, the Caucasians, right?
Right.
And like they would travel to crazy places. Like one friend, he went to Mexico. He was traveling in Mexico in his van. Of course, he got stopped by, I guess, some cartel or something. They took some of his stuff and was like, basically like, white boy, what you doing down here?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He was traveling down there. He went to Australia and was in the outback by himself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was ex-military, Marines and stuff like that. So he would do stuff like that. He do Burning Man and all this kind of stuff, right? But the average majority of women, you know, we talk black women, so he ain't traveling.
I don't know,
Costa Rica by themselves.
There's travel clubs up there. I'll be honest. There's travel clubs up there. I'll be honest.
So she not by herself? Not she. Okay, was she with a girl? Was she with a friend?
No. There's travel clubs out there.
But she's with people.
She's with people, but she's still by herself. Technically, you know what I'm saying? Like,
she was like by herself. And they're like, well, I don't know, like there are women, black women especially, who travel by themselves.
Why bring your son to the beach?
So, well, no, not even just,
that's
not
what they
even
think, though. That's
not
what they
even.
think.
All right, man.
Well, no, not even that aspect. The thought process is, and I've been I've been in this too. You plan a trip and it'd be like 10 people. Yeah, we all going.
Right.
Yep.
And
30 days, 60, we'll say 90 days out.
Yep.
Right.
60 days out.
Yeah.
We at like
10 go to 7.
6, 7.
Yeah.
Right.
30 days out, you at like 3 people.
Right. Right. We still
a
doing
lot-
this,
so-
fellas? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So a lot of black women especially, and then, some of them say, oh, they be messy, it be too much mess. I'd rather travel by myself. Some of them be like that.
Right.
And this not Nashville. Or, you know what I'm saying?
No, I get it, but they be overseas. They be in these countries.
Right.
Taking photos solo dolo.
I've experienced it, man. I had a situation where I got a friend that travels and she travels.
Right.
She travels. And it's funny we talking about Costa Rica because she actually went to Costa Rica. Right. And, she's a traveler. I'm not a traveler. Right. So so she's telling me about her trip. She's sending me videos, this and that, pictures, everything. I'm like, cool, she's having a good time. So it gets to a point where, like, okay, I don't got no more videos, no more pictures. What's going on? I'm reaching out to her,
You said it's Costa Rica?
Costa Rica. So now I'm worried, right? Now I'm worried.
You think somebody done snatched her.
Yeah. So now, I call her sister and everything like that. She's like, this is not her first rodeo. This is what she does.
Right.
I'm like,
She
cool.
she found Enrique. Hey, that's like Julio, Ricardo. She found a Ricardo down there. AC, you don't get no more pictures.
So check this
no
out.
video.
So check this out. So when she finally came back to, I guess, to Earth, like, okay,
When
I'm
she
good.
popped up.
I'm like, I was worried about you. She's like, no, I'm good.
I'm real good.
I'm like, I said, you know what? It is what it is. That's just a traveler.
But listen, but here's the thing, though. You got to understand, a lot of women that travel by themselves like that, okay, you got to understand, like, they, believe it or not, they ain't the ones that really, when you do it, they don't question you. Because they don't want, when you do it, they don't question you. Because they don't want you to do the same thing. So if you don't question them, it's like a goal for them. They're going to travel. Hey, I'm just checking in on you. Okay, then 10, 15 minutes, you call them back like, you good out there? Because you by yourself. Like, yeah, I'm good. But then when you go, you don't answer the phone or whatever, then they go to, like, okay, so you know when I'm going. I'm saying, you always blowing my phone up. But then when you go, it's totally different. So you have to really watch that. Because listen, I have friends that say, you know what, I'm going such and such a place. You going by yourself? Yeah, okay, all right. Hit me up when you get back. Because one thing I'm not finna do is sit here and worry about who you with, who might be doing that.
Nope.
Bro, listen, that's the worst no sleep ever.
Exactly.
Hey, you a big girl.
Right.
You grown.
right.
You
That's
know what
right.
decision you made. Hey,
Yeah. That's right.
hit me up when you get back.
Right. And 'cause guess what? One thing about it is, I look at it like this right here. If you are there doing something, I can't change it. I can't do nothing about it.
You can't do nothing about it.
I'm saying,
It is what
and
it
then,
is.
listen,
And you won't know.
You won't know.
I really don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
Okay, so if you come back, I'm not finna say, okay, so I called your room about 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay, you didn't even answer. Oh, I was asleep. You sure you was asleep? Who you was asleep with?
Yeah.
No,
Nah, oh, yeah.
You was asleep.
We-
Okay,
we-
you know
we
what, girl?
way beyond
you know
that.
What? Yeah, but listen,
way
too old for
beyond
that. Like, too old for that. But like I said, you still have people that basically, you know what I'm saying, that clock everything you do. Okay, you home? Yeah,
Man,
it's kind of late. Usually take you like 5:30 to get home. Here it is 6 o'clock. I'm like, look, I can be like that.
Look, I had an old one when I went to college. I had a girlfriend, right? And you know what I'm saying? This is my freshman year in college, so I'm hitting all the parties and stuff. Like I'm just out just hanging and stuff like that. So how about in a dorm meeting, right? So we have, weekly dorm meetings. So we down in the dorm meeting, we just talk, everybody talking, the dorm director talking. And then at the end of me, he said, hey, you know what I'm saying? For y'all that have girlfriends back at home and stuff like that, he looked straight at me. He said, hey, you know what I'm saying? Don't have your girlfriends calling here at night looking for you. And I'm like, so I found out my girlfriend at the time, like because I wasn't in my room answering my phone, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She was calling the dorm director.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like where's Rico? And I'm like,
That's how it was for me our freshman year.
No. No.
Oh no, I got one worse than that. Okay, I used to date this chick, man, And when I was in my college year,
Red flag.
So listen,
That's a red flag.
listen, here's the funny part. I'm in class. You texting me, what you doing? I'm in class. Okay. Really? You in class? Yeah, I'm in class. Okay. All right. Bro, listen. I kid you not.
Trying to get higher education.
I come out of class, you on the wall, chilling.
What?
I'm like,
On the wall.
why you here?
What wall?
You don't go to this school?
Or just hang
Well,
out.
I thought maybe I'd just show up and walk you to your next class. This ain't high school.
What?
You showed up to
Oh,
my
y'all was at the
school.
same college,
Bro,
y'all.
listen, it was hilarious. I was like, listen, bro, when I said, I threw 3 red flags. I was like, listen, okay, we can't do this.
I was about to say.
I said, you know what? This ain't gonna work for me because I'm trying to get an education. I come out of the class, you on the wall. I'm like, you had nothing else to do. I can't do it, bro. I can't do
Bro,
it.
she came to walk you to your next class.
Bro, I said, this ain't high school. Well, you know, I was bored, so you say you was in school, so I wanted to make sure you, okay, where else I'm gonna be?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's 11 o'clock in the morning. You think I'm saying? I'm in class.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bro, I was like, after that, I was like, you know what? But I had to come up with the best excuse. Like, you know what? Brother just need some space right now. You know, like school getting tough. You know what I'm saying? I need some space. Can we take a break?
Oh,
Exactly.
man. That's
Yep.
crazy, bro.
Yeah.
She came to walk you to your next class.
So
That's sweet, man.
no, it's not sweet.
That's sweet.
Bro, that's not
It
sweet.
is a little bit, though, ain't it?
No,
That is sweet. Man. She was on the wall.
No, bro, no. Listen.
Look, like we was
Do
in
you know
high
how far she
school?
stayed from the school? Bro, you drive all the way to the school just to walk me to the next class, which is literally right down the hall.
I thought y'all was in the same school.
No, bro. I just,
That's what he said.
I just said that. You don't go to the school. Bro,
Oh, my bad.
what you think gonna happen for you? This part of the hallway to the next part of the hallway?
Did she have your Letterman jacket on?
So listen, I know we talked about red flags, so I don't want to be to the point where we just feel like that we should be the only one watching them for red flags.
Right.
So for these next few minutes, what's red flags that we have that women should watch out for?
He might be, ain't he?
You can't just get,
No, but listen,
You had a good one before we got him.
you gotta be real though.
Start with yours.
You gotta be real.
Start
You know
with
what I'm
yours.
saying? And I think mine would be, I'm saying, and like the reason why I said it is because I see it happen so much.
Right.
I'm saying, and you know, a lot of women fall so deep for this dude that just does everything for them, so they so in love with the dude until he put his hands on them. So my question is always, okay, did you not see that in between the showering and the shopping and I mean, this dog gonna have some type of attitude somewhere.
Angry, yeah.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Angry
Some kind of
issue.
controlling spirit.
Yeah.
So
Control,
I just
yeah,
feel
yeah.
like that's like I said, it's not to me. I don't feel like it's breaking the bro code, but I just feel like you know what I'm saying.
We gotta keep it fair.
right? I'm saying not just
Yeah.
that. Like, would you want your sister to date somebody like that or your daughter? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's a red flag that women, you know what I'm saying? I mean, me personally, you know what I'm saying, I don't too much like to test people, but I feel like you should evaluate situations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if it's a situation where you talking to him about it and you watching his body language is the most important thing to watch. I tell people that all the
Body
time.
language, facial
I watch
expressions,
your
all
body
that,
language.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
tell
You know what I'm
somebody
saying?
ready to do
Right.
something to you.
If you flinching up or you got an attitude, your facial expression changed, and I'm just
Yeah.
asking you a simple question, that's a red flag.
That's a red flag.
Yeah.
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 I think
I think-
another one
oh.
is too. Go ahead, Rico.
Okay, so one is I guess again, once you're in a serious relationship, right, you should be looking for somebody that's willing to help you out in certain, not the $16,000 thing or whatever, right? But you know what I'm saying,
Definitely
willing,
not that.
yeah, willing. You know what I'm saying, you having a problem with your, I don't know, your refrigerator,
radiator.
just regular stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They should be willing, especially if it's a serious relationship. They should be willing to help you out to a certain degree. They shouldn't just pawn you off. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And you got to have, again, you want somebody that's there you trying to become a team, a unit.
Right.
Yeah.
So that person needs to be there to help you in certain situations.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So red flag if, you know what I'm saying, that dude is not there to help you when you need them.
Right.
Or he don't even offer.
Right.
Or don't even offer when you throw that when you throw it out there, right?
Yeah.
I see.
Another one is, man, just a guy that's on the video games all the time, or just a guy that's on the video games all the time, or just like, you know what I'm saying, just like.
What if that's his
He
money?
make money by doing that?
Oh yes.
But if that's his livelihood, that's different.
Yeah.
But if it's not his livelihood, and
If
he's
it's
on the
recreational.
if it's recreational and he's
Gotcha.
still not going to work and doing this, and he's on the video game all the time, I think that's a red flag.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm gonna say communication, because I'm gonna say communication. Cause if you dating a dude and you can't get this dude to talk about nothing, not even how he feel about you, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? You like the way I look.
Most guys don't talk though.
But
Yeah.
well, that's true.
Yeah.
But I think that's situational. Like depending on the female.
Energy.
True.
Yeah, the
Right.
energy. Yeah.
Right.
It's-
If that female
Yeah.
gives you that energy that allows you as a man to like open up
yeah.
and start talking, and she's receptive.
Right. Could that man talk to his mom? Because if that man couldn't talk to his mom, he gonna have trouble talking to.
Oh, that's a
female.
big one, mama's boy.
Oh yeah.
That's a big
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
So yeah,
And you know, believe it or not, I used to like I said, because I'm the only one in this group that had all. I used to like I said, because I'm the only one in this group that had all girls.
Mama
Like
boy.
me saying, one of the main thing I tell my daughters all the time.
Mama
Like
boy.
me saying,
Gotta watch
the main thing they want you to do is be like their mama.
Yes,
So
sir.
I talk to all women. I challenge every woman. Me saying like. A lot of guys are going to reciprocate based on the type of energy, like you guys said, energy, but the type of conversation you start. Okay, don't ask me how you feel about me. Okay, and you want me to break it all the way down from A to Z. But then when I ask you the same question, you be like, "Are we good?" Nah, okay, because you want me to break it all down so you can see how I'm thinking. Okay, I want the same thing. So I'm saying, if I'm asking you, you know, what's your long term goal, what's your short term goals, you know, instead of having a conversation, you know what I'm saying? Well, you know what? I mean, I was just trying to figure out, you know, this, that. No, I'm saying the conversation is going to be based on the energy you bring.
Yeah.
If I'm bringing positive energy and we talking about goals and stuff. Me personally, I can respect the woman that say, you know what, at this moment, I really don't even have no long-term goals.
Right.
I'm saying, I'm just
Right.
trying to live life. I'm saying, that lets me know, you know what, she ain't giving up. At the same time, maybe it's something I can do. I'm saying
spark-
to maybe
to
be able to
spark
spark
something.
that.
Yeah,
or,
right, yeah,
I'm
right,
saying,
yeah,
like, you know
right.
what? So my next question would be, okay, so what are some of the things you like to do? What are the things you can see yourself doing in the next
Yeah.
few years? I'm saying it's conversations like that. So we as men, we have to open up like that. We can't just have the same question, like, you know what? You know, I was thinking that maybe me and you can just go out, you know what I'm saying, have some drinks. Then okay, when we go out and have drinks, what we gonna talk about? So my thing is that with the dating and the red flag, it's easy to date. But I'm saying make it worth it to the point where when you have these conversations, it's actually gonna go somewhere.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I won't lie. Like that was like one of the things that like turned me on about my girl. Like talking about different topics. Like you know, not just working a 9 to 5
man.
job, but talking about dreams,
It's stimulating.
goals,
It's stimulating. man.
entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Right. This is what I'm doing. This is
Yeah.
what I'm trying to do.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm looking at her like, girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
I ain't never even had this one.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I be looking at myself like, brother, what are you doing?
Right,
Like,
right,
hey,
right. So
Yeah.
literally that
Yeah.
made me like some of the stuff in my mind that I was thinking about that I never really acted on. It was like, dang,
Right.
I can do that too.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
Listen, or
So she prompted me without prompting me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
deeper than that, now you feel like, you know what? So now if I got an idea, I got somebody I can share it with.
Yes. Yes.
Somebody that's on the same wave, same
Yes.
wavelength.
Yeah.
Like, and we've done that. Like, babe, what you think about this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
can exchange that with her because we you know, we there.
Right.
You know
right,
what I'm
right,
saying?
Right, right.
We in the same arena.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, you doing your thing outside of your regular.
Mm-hmm.
So I can look at you like, okay, I can bounce some ideas off of you.
Yes. Yeah. And
You
that's
know
what
what
we
I'm
need.
saying?
That,
Right.
that's the type of woman that elevates a man.
Yes.
And the woman is looking for the man to do the same thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to be able to bounce those ideas
Right.
off of each other.
And she would
Yeah.
come to me and be like, babe, what you think about this?
Yeah.
And I give her my honest opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We talk about it, we chop it up. You know what I'm saying? Not
Yeah.
that I had a vested interest in it.
Yeah.
But, you know, from my perspective, like, okay, baby, well, I wouldn't mind doing that, but look at it from this perspective.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And when she can look at it from that perspective, I'll be honest with you. At our age,
right.
it's a turn on.
Very.
I'll be honest with you. At our age,
Right.
it's a turn on.
Very.
Boy, what?
It's a turn on.
Hey, I told you,
Like-
I was talking to one of my, it's real.
Right.
It's real.
Yeah, yeah.
When you get to like 40,
Yeah.
it's not, yeah, the physical is cool. Like, oh,
Yeah.
that's what's going to,
That's gonna be
but
there.
when you start talking,
Yeah.
bruh, that's what keep you going back to a female.
Turn on. That's a turn on.
Because if you ain't,
Yep.
if you fine and you ain't talking about nothing,
Yep.
hey, I'm straight.
Yep.
But if you fine and you got good,
Yep.
but if you fine and you got good talk game, as we used to say back in the day.
So what's the summary of all this?
So
Coop?
fellas, man, as usual, it was an awesome time.
Awesome.
We had, as usual, it was an awesome time.
Awesome.
We had a great topic.
Yes.
And even greater conversation. Also talked about some green flags, you know, because we want to keep it even.
Yeah.
You know, we don't want to be biased.
Yeah.
You know, bro code, we keep that thing,
Right.
you know.
Level.
Yeah.
Level.
Yeah, we keep it level, man.
And I'm a mama's boy. I'm a mama's boy. I had to get that one in.
Look, I'm a look, them boys always be mama's boys, man. You know, Broco family, man. We appreciate you for tuning in, man, with another hot topic. Appreciate you for tuning in, man, with another hot topic. We appreciate the support, man. We love y'all, man. Yeah, peace.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Broco.
Broco, we in new mode, and we do it better sticking together. Won't bend, won't fold. No, I got your back through whatever weather, rain, sleet, or snow. Making profit while we get to the cheddar. They know we own. Take off, we gone. Diamonds two-tone. This is our throne. We in that zone. Broco. Don't break Broco. Broco. We in that mode.